Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie and it's time for another mystery envelope challenge. It was my turn to send out the envelopes this month, so I was excited that I could uh, choose what I wanted to do. I'm actually taking it back to another challenge that we did a little while ago. If you remember, we did the scoring and to see who could get the actually I think it was a perfect 10 if I remember right. This time we're going to see who can get the most points. And how you get points are you get 1 point for each paper collection, 1 point for each stamp set you use, 3 points for each technique you use, 5 points for using the Let's Party paper that I included, and 10 points if you include this little Mickey in your project, and it can be a hidden Mickey. So a lot of you know we just got back from Disneyland, and so I wanted to make sure I started on my photos sooner than later. So I'm going to be scrapbooking this picture right here where we met Mickey. I thought this paper right here, this confetti paper, would work really well with the colors in this photo. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and see how many points I can rack up. My inspiration today comes from the Make It From Your Heart Volume 5, Pattern 3. That big circle really spoke to me, and you'll see why in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and start prepping my base page, and I'm using Candy Apple, and this is where I'm going to add a lot of those techniques to get some points. So first off, I'm going to sand this paper down. All Close to My Heart's cardstock has a white core, so to just maybe soften that candy apple a little bit, I'm going to sand it to bring out the white, and it just makes a really nice pattern in the upper left hand corner. Another technique I love to do is splattering. So I'm going to take the black glitter pen, or yes, brush. I believe we call it the brush. And I'm just going to add some sparkles right there on top of this sanding. And it just adds just a little bit of more color and, of course, the sparkle. I usually like to splatter using one of Close My Heart shipping boxes, but it was recycle day, so they all went into the recycle. So I was very careful just using a scratch piece of paper. But now I'm going to bring in the star of the show. When I saw the circle on the pattern, I knew I needed to do a Mickey head. So I just cut some circles using my Cricut in black cardstock. And then I am going to actually stamp the word Mickey using the Lollipop alphabet. This is the cutest alphabet. And I actually turned the exclamation point upside down so it looked like there was a dot on the I. So if that looks a little different, that is why. I liked it. I liked the little dot on the top, so I went with it. So I'm just going to do some tone on tone stamping. That's another technique you can use, which is really great. Close to My Heart has ink colors that match all of our cardstocks, so you can easily do this with any Close to My Heart color. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp the Mickey across the whole Mickey head, and to just add a little bit of a pattern to the black cardstock. So I almost think you could call this random stamping, but I wasn't quite sure, so I didn't add points for this. But it really does make a fun background on your plain cardstock, so it just makes it pop a little bit more. So now I'm going to bring back that candy apple base page and add a couple more techniques since the glitter brush hopefully has dried by now. A really simple technique you can use on any project is sponging. So I'm taking the candy apple ink and I cut my sponge into quarters, and I'm going to just go ahead and add some sponging of the ink right around the edges of this page. And it really does bring out the color and adds that shading, and it does definitely make a difference. The next thing I'm going to do is direct to paper distressing. So I'm going to take the black ink and just add a little bit of distressing to the edge of that white cardstock. Again, this is just a super simple, easy technique to do, but it really does make a difference on your project. Okay, so now that we have the base prepped, we can go ahead and start adding some more papers and fun accents to the page. I'm going to bring in the Let's Party collection that was included in the mystery envelope, so that will give me some points for using that. And then I also brought in the Memory Lane paper. It's the yellow, and it's hard to tell in the video, but this yellow has like swirlies on it, and it reminded me of the carpet at the Disneyland Hotel. So when I saw it, I knew I had to use it for my Mickey layout. And then this pattern right here is actually the zip strip from the January February mix-in collection, and it was perfect to go with that black, white, yellow theme. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the bottom, adding those strips as a border. So I was feeling like I needed some more points. So I went through my stash of stamps and pulled out some that I thought would work for this page. And I stamped Happy Day using two different stamp sets. The first one I used is called the Starter Sentiments. And then the Happy, I actually used the Your Smile stamp set. That's close to my heart's Operation Smile stamp set. And just a little FYI, the Makers with Heart will be using that stamp set in our videos next month. So stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and add another technique. I'm going to tear this paper, leaving that white core showing. It just adds fun touch of texture to that title. And then I'm going to add the photo to the photo mats, and I will add some black ink to the edge of that. I probably should have done it before I put my photo on, but I didn't think of it until after. So I'm going to add some more ink around the white cardstock, and then I will add that photo onto my layout just in the center between the two borders. So it could be done here, but let's go ahead and add a few more things to get our points up. So I grabbed the Meowma and the Pawpa. It's a hard stamp set to pronounce. And they had this adorable double heart. So I'm going to do some tone on tone stamping and also random stamping. Since I didn't feel like the Mickey was random enough, I added some more random stamping so I can add some more points. So the Mickey Mouse head is just circles, right? So I grabbed the white and black dots, and I used the large dot and then the smaller dots to create my own embellishment, the Mickey heads. I'm going to add them right across as a fun little border at the top. And I needed to make sure I added the Mickey punch that I included with the mystery envelope. I used glitter paper for that little guy, and I encouraged everybody to use him even if he was a hidden Mickey. So I'm going to just tuck him underneath the Let's Party paper. And then I looked at the Let's Party collection sticker sheet and found this black and white heart, and I thought that would look really cute right there, just to add a little bit in the bottom right hand corner of this page. I sat back and looked at this page, and I felt like it just needed a little something more. So, shocker, I grabbed my black LePen, and I'm adding a doodle line around the candy apple cardstock. It's a double doodle, and it just adds, of course, that nice fun edge to finish off this page. Now, if I calculated everything right, I got 42 points. I used 4 different stamp sets, 3 different paper packets, including the Let's Party papers included in the envelope. And then the techniques I showed were direct to paper distressing, splattering, sponging, tone on tone stamping, random stamping, doodling, and tearing. And then, of course, I used that cute little Mickey that I included in the envelope for 10 points. So go check out the others ladies videos and see what they created and how many points they racked up. I will put a playlist at the end of this video. Their links are in the description, and I will also list all the products I used in the description of the video if you'd like to recreate this page. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.